So hi everyone, today we are going to see about an cardiac cycle in a DT based manner. So what is cardiac cycle is? It is an electrical events and mechanical events of the heart which is occurring each and every beat, and the normal cardiac cycle duration is 0.8 seconds. The cardiac cycle have two major events, which is atrial events and the ventricular events. This phase of events will take place in heart for every 0.8 seconds for every heartbeat of 70 to 100 beats per minute. So once this activity is done, the parts of the heart will act on different ways. Here we have mentioned the various events of the heart. The heart will be on ejecting, the heart will be on filling, it is closing a valve and it's opening a valve. All these phases will together give an increased cardiac output, and that blood will be reaching to all the areas of the body. Now we are going to describe how the heart is functioning to eject the blood and to fill the blood. Now I call upon Gayatri to explain about atrial contraction.
This phase is atrial contraction. There is a blood flow between atrium to ventricle. So AV valve is open. And the semilunar valve is already get closed. And the ventricle is get filling, so it is a ventricle diastole.
So the time duration for atrial contraction, it just takes 0.1 seconds. The atrium will be sending the blood to ventricles and the ventricle will start filling. So in this phase, the AV valve, as like Gayatri said, it is open and the semilunar valve is closed. Why? Because it is already closed because of lack of pressure. Now it is sufficient for the ventricle to get enlarged and filled with blood.
Atrium to ventricular, this is ventricular diastole.
Okay, this is ventricular diastole. The blood is filling from atrium to ventricles. Okay.
AV valve is closed. See, AV valve is open.
Okay. It is open. Alright. Okay.
Semilunar valve is closed.
Okay, it's already closed.
Ventricles filled with blood, its pressure increases 120 to 80 mmHg.
Okay. So that is called as filling pressure. That means the ventricle is filled with totally blood. The filling pressure of 120 bar 80. The pressure increases, then only the aortic valve and the pulmonary opens. Okay, what is ejection fraction?
Ejection of blood from ventricles is 60 to 65%.
It is 60 to 65%. Okay.
What valve is open?
AV valve is open.
Okay, it is AV valve is open.
It produced S1 first heart sound, that is love.
Okay. So it is already open. When the valve gets closed, it will produce its first heart sound. So closure of AV valve produces first heart sound. If the valve is closure, it indicates that your ventricles is totally filled with blood. It is going to eject the blood to the heart. Okay. So in diastole means relaxation. That is what we have seen. That means our semilunar valve is already closed. AV valve is open. The filling pressure increases more than that of the aortic pressure. Then ejection happens. In ejection, the pressure is 60 to 65%, and the heart rate that we heard is S1, that is closure of AV valve. Okay. In ventricular contraction, the blood will be ejected from ventricles to
pulmonary artery.
very good. From ventricles to pulmonary artery and aorta. Okay.
AV valve is always be closed.
Okay. Okay.
SL valve, it should always be open.
Okay. Semilunar valve is open here. Okay. So, in ventricular contraction, the blood is ejected from ventricles to all parts of the body to aorta and lungs to pulmonary artery. That's why it creates some pressure to eject from the ventricles. So on that time, the AV valve is closed and the semilunar valve will open. Okay. Next, what is ejection fraction?
The amount of blood ejected from the heart is 65%.
Oh.
The remaining blood in each ventricle is end of diastolic, is called end of diastolic volume. The value of end of systolic volume is 50 ml.
50 ml will be present in each ventricle.
Pressure of left ventricle and pressure of aorta is more than 140 mmHg. And then phase in ventricular systole is isovolumetric contraction, reduced ejection phase and rapid ejection phase.
So in ventricular systole, you will have an isovolumetric contraction, rapid ejection phase. Why? Because the pressure in the ventricles will be very high compared to that of aorta. So automatically semilunar valves opens. So that phase is called as rapid ejection phase. And when rapid ejection, the aortic pressure will be increased comparing to that of ventricular pressure. And next phase is called as reduced ejection phase, in which some amount of blood from the ventricles will be ejecting out. And the remaining part of the blood in the ventricle will come at the end of the systolic volume, which is 50 ml in each ventricles.